works really slow, but I found the response time amazingly fast. So thank you. And I also believe your presence here today also shows commitment to take this to the finish line, because you brought it to Mayor Turner's attention. Now we have a new administration. You didn't just throw it in the box and say, okay, we're onwards and upwards. So thank you. So I just want to, I'm not going to take a lot of time because I want to give more time to Mayor Pro Tem to speak and to HPW. I'm just going to outline the two main concerns that we had when we were perusing the implementation plan from the city. I know it's probably just a summary that you guys gave us, just to let us know. It's not very detailed, but there's just two concerns that we have. One is the timeline. We noticed that we're once again phase 3, and construction slated to start at 2028. Okay, 2028, and that's like 4 years from now. And that means that our streets will continue to deteriorate for another 4 years. And that is, these are streets we're talking about that were described as the worst of the worst in 2010 by Annise Parker's administration. I thought we were gonna have a video. I don't have a video. Okay. So to let them deteriorate for another 4 years is really not acceptable. I mean, our residents have really been suffering. And then what really got me involved, because I really didn't have the time to be a vice president of a civic association, what got me involved was that, you know, I saw one of our residents that had a surgery, an orthopedic surgery, and he had to do like rehabs. He's walking down with a cane in the middle of the street, because it's supposed to be like the safest space in the middle of the night, and we don't have lighting, and I was like, okay, that's it. I got to get involved, even if I don't have time, you know? So that's too long. What we would like to do is for HPW to make this not phase 3, but phase 2, because for Westridge, phase 3 is the ever elusive and mythical phase 3. We've been waiting since 2010. Our second concern is that the implementation plan does not mention specifically, I mean, maybe it's understood, I don't know, that when they are going to replace the streets, if they will be replacing the pipes underneath the streets, or whether they'll be just doing some scraping and pouring some concrete. That's like the concern that I have, because as we saw this summer, we had like a lot of pipes bursting all over the place. So, I mean, and then what happens when a pipe bursts? I mean, we manage some real estate like for a living, but we actually have a cast iron pipe that burst 2 days ago, and all I've been praying for is that it's the city's pipe, but it's not, it's ours. And so, it's like what you have to do when that happens is you have to break the concrete. And then all these nice streets that we'll get, if there's a pipe that bursts, we have to break them and patch. So I just want the HPW to address that. What does that mean? Are we going to be addressing the cast iron pipes underneath the streets? And that's it for me. Those are our two main concerns. So I'm going to give the floor to Mayor Pro Tem, and then you can choose who you would like to speak.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, all of y'all, take a deep breath and smile. I stood up here and I was like, oh, man. Okay, everybody take a deep breath and smile. All right, Happy New Year. Thank you all so much for your support. I do want to say thank you for your votes. I'm very excited about another 4 years to be able to represent you in District K as your council member. I'm very honored that Mayor John Whitmire has elected me to be the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Houston. So when the mayor is unavailable, I will represent the entire City of Houston on behalf of Mayor John Whitmire and his administration. I'm very excited about our new council. We've got some new at-large members. We've got some returning city council members. How many people watch city council on Wednesdays because you don't have anything to do? Well, you should. If you have an opportunity, if you are at work, just pull it up on HTV on Facebook and just kind of listen, and just so you can know what's happening with your city government. Couple of things, I brought my staff, Chief of Staff, Dee Dee Chavis, the best Chief of Staff on the floor. Has been with our office for a little over 3 years, very excited to have her with us. And if you've emailed us, you know she emails right away, she calls you back right away. It's just kind of the standard we want for our office. We want you to know that we are restoring people's faith in government, and every day we're very proud to work on your behalf. And then my executive assistant is Joe Gatson. He's here. If you ever have to schedule anything or anything that has to do with our schedule, Joe takes care of that, and he's also our fun meter. He makes sure that we have fun at work. So Joe Gatson is here. And then you know Barbara Height, who's our Director of Constituent Services in the office. Barbara has worked for 4 council members. So there's not many questions that you can email or call Barbara and ask her about that she won't know how to answer. I'm the 4th council member that she's worked for, so she knows what to say and what to do. Melvin Hopkins, who is our Director of Constituent Services for Field Operations. If you call us and you need something picked up by the hot team, or you need somebody to lay some eyes on a street or a project, he is in the district every day. He rides around the community reporting things to 311 and making sure that he is reporting items that are happening in the community that we may not be aware of, and he responds to constituent calls for items in the district. So we've got a really good team. We're very honored to represent you, and I didn't come alone today, because I didn't think that would be smart. So we started receiving all of your emails, and let me say thank you to every single person that emailed our office, because that is exactly how to get the attention of the people that represent you. Mayor Turner saw all of your emails, I saw all of your emails, Dee Dee saw all of your emails, Joe saw all of your emails. Everybody, Public Works saw all of your emails. I was tempted to write back and say, we got it, but then I said, no.
Did you see the pictures?
We saw the pictures, we saw the emails, we got it. I mean, and that pulled us all together to have the conversation about what can we do, because they have been waiting for a long time. And I will tell you that when I started getting the emails, I met with Mayor Turner and Director Haddock, and I said, hey, this was even before our time here, that they've been waiting. This has been on the CIP. I think we really need to address this and figure out what we can do to try to get this done as soon as possible. So, of course, Mayor Turner had his direction to Director Haddock. We've got a new administration. Mayor Whitmire has seen your letters. Y'all started writing them to Mayor Whitmire, and we had a brief conversation about it, but we just kind of picked up with Public Works and said, hey, they've got a meeting coming up, and I'd like for you to accompany me to the meeting so you can explain to the constituents exactly what has happened and how we're going to move forward with this project. But before I turn it over to Public Works, I do want to make a couple of quick announcements about what's happening in the district. If you missed Shred Day last Saturday, did y'all know we had Shred Day last Saturday? Did you get our newsletter? You read our newsletter?
Yes.
So every January we do a Shred Day, and we had a electronic waste, where like little small electronics. The solid waste department recycled those. If you missed it on Saturday and you've got a box of stuff that your sensitive documents that you need to shred, we do 2 in Houston and 1 in Fort Bend. Our district spans all the way down to Fort Bend, Houston. So Saturday will be at Ridgemont Community Center with the big shred truck. There's like no limit. People bring lots of stuff to shred. So it's a really big truck. If you have something you want to shred, you can drop it off there. If you need some assistance because you just can't get it there, just call the office and we'll try to work something out for you. So that'll be on Saturday from 9 to 12. If you are not receiving our District K newsletter, that is our best piece of communication. We work really hard on it. Do y'all read those?
Yeah. I've started.
Say yes. We work really hard on the newsletter. We try to put the upcoming projects, upcoming events, anything that's happening in the city that may be controversial that we want you to know. We've sent out communication about weather, about the collection, garbage collection during holidays. So it's our best way to communicate to the most people within the district. If you are not receiving our District K newsletter, Dee Dee is high tech and she has a QR code that you can sign up, and we'll get you on our distribution list, and they're also on the back table. I will stay and answer any questions that you may have in general about the district or anything that we can do or partner together, work on, but I know what you came here for tonight. And I know you're like, be quiet lady, get the public works people up here right now. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Uresti, and he is going to introduce his project team that came from Public Works. We'll talk about the project, the genesis of the project, where it started, how we got to the conversation that we're having today, and how we're going to move forward. So I want to thank Public Works for all of the great efforts that they have put forward. When I went to talk to Mayor Turner, you know, Director Haddock was right there saying, you know, this is right. We've got to do right by this neighborhood that has been waiting for 10 to 13. Some people said 13, some people said 10.
23.
You win. 23 years, but we know the impact that these reconstruction and CIP projects can really make on a community, because we've seen the other two communities and how well they look. And we want that for all of our communities in District K. So we're going to do everything we can to get it worked out and try to get it done as fast as possible. So I'm going to turn it over to Michael, and you can introduce your team, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
All right, how you all doing today? Can you hear me? All right, good. My name is Michael Uresti, and I'm the Director of Capital Projects within Houston Public Works. So today it is that important to us, this project, that we brought the entire project team, literally, okay, from the Assistant Director, Tanu Paramet, that leads the infrastructure, street and drainage improvements. Cheryl Harris is our project support team, and Kenya is our public engagement. I know you've dealt with her quite a lot with Work Engage Houston. She does a great job with her own team there, Ryan, right? And also on the project team, these are the people that are going to be managing this project as we go along. Is Mr. Juan Rendon, he's the managing engineer. And also Melissa. Yep, Melissa, I see her. And she will be also the project manager, supervising engineer. So I wanted really to leave this meeting by saying, hey, we're bringing good news, and let's forget about the past. Of the council. Mayor Pro Tem said, no, we need to go back on how we got here first, okay? And that is all right. I think that's fair. Yes, when Rebuild Houston was instituted in 2012, they used this suite model that they called to analyze and prioritize projects. And one of them that popped up was Westridge, this neighborhood, and also the other ones that have been implemented. Since then, we used to do this thing called pre-engineering studies. And that's really some of the meetings that you all remember. And these are really based on a map, the aerial map, kind of come up with a concept of what it would look like. Okay, so that was presented way before 2016, before they came for the update here. And I will tell you, all those are planning efforts. And this is not, I am going to say this ahead of time, all right? For whatever pain this neighborhood has gone through, I do apologize. And we'll do it right. And what we're gonna tell you today is our commitment that we'll move this project as fast as we can, and we'll show you that, okay? And I'm speaking this as the Director of Capital Projects on behalf of my director, Carol Haddock, and of course, Mayor Pro Tem, which has a bigger hand in this than you think. So, So, really, what happened with that is, then in 2015, actually, is when the first sub-project was included into what we call the Capital Improvement Plan. And this is the 5-year plan that Public Works goes every year, compiles all our 5-year projections,